It's the Battle of the Blondes, y'all.
This is a world premiere. This is a world.
Hey y'all, welcome to another Hump Day rant and welcome to post-Trump election America. Like, what is going on? So first of all, I want to let you all know that recently a post of a privileged vegan explained that the monetization of videos may help to increase the amount that your videos appear as suggestions. And so for small channels, you actually might be better off by monetizing your videos, so that way you'll get just seen more. So I'm actually experimenting by monetizing some of my old videos, and as far as new ones, those of you who check my videos regularly, you'll get them without any commercials, but after a couple of weeks, I will likely be monetizing those just to see if it helps with the growth of the channel. A couple of things I want to talk about. First of all, I don't know if anybody heard the story of, I believe it was Ernest Walker, who went to Chili's on Veterans Day because Chili's has a free meal giveaway to veterans. He goes with his service animal. He has a service animal, and I'm not sure exactly what that's about, and I have my conflicts about that. We're gonna get to that all soon. But anyway, so he goes there and is approached by someone else who claims to be a vet, who happens to be wearing a sweatshirt with an American flag on it and a Donald Trump button. This is all happening after the election. This person calls him out and claims that he's not a veteran, and then goes to get the manager, and the manager believes that person, even though Mr. Walker presented him with identification and his papers. The manager still asked Mr. Walker to leave the restaurant. He took his food and asked him to leave. And so now basically Chili's is in this whole thing, or at least the company that owns Chili's is trying to negotiate something, but it's just a terrible thing. The one thing that they did not say was that they had fired the manager who was responsible for removing Mr. Walker from the restaurant. Now, by this time, it may be true, but I haven't been able to find any information that actually points to the fact that Chili's has fired that manager, which is just outrageous. I only have a few words for Mr. Walker. Number one, I don't know what you're doing in Chili's in the first place, so go vegan. Just go vegan. Tommi Lahren, I don't know if any of you have heard of Tommi Lahren, but Tommi Lahren is a YouTube personality who appears on The Blaze, and I'm not sure if The Blaze is on other outlets and on other platforms, but I know that you can view Tommi Lahren, The Blaze, on YouTube. And Tommi Lahren is one of those, alt-right personalities who just expresses the most radically conservative ideas, the most kind of racist, anti-woman, anti-anything progressive whatsoever. She came out against Beyonce for her performance at the Super Bowl, saying that she was, glorifying the Black Panthers. She claims that the Black Panthers are a terrorist organization, although it doesn't seem like she knows anything about the history of the Black Panthers. She also came out against Colin Kaepernick, who is the football player who decided to take a knee during the singing of the national anthem. She claims that this is just the worst possible thing that somebody can do, that it's disrespecting the national anthem and that it's disrespecting the flag. Interestingly, she seems more concerned about the disrespecting of the flag than the actual death of African Americans at the hands of police officers, innocent African Americans. She was actually asked to appear on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, and Trevor Noah, basically gave her that platform. She had the opportunity to say anything that she needed to say, and, spouted the same kind of hateful things against Black Lives Matter, against any type of social movement that was for positive social change. And so Trevor Noah, being the clever person that he is, simply asked, since you seem so dissatisfied with the way these groups are protesting, how would you suggest these groups get attention? How would you suggest that they get their message across? How would you suggest that they protest? And he asked again, and he asked again, and he asked again. And at this point, Tommi Lahren, who had just avoided the question, finally gave the glib answer, I don't protest because I'm not a victim. Congratulations on your privilege, Tommi Lahren. Of all of the critics of Tommi Lahren that I've heard, then there are many, many videos responding to the Trevor Noah interview, as well as just lots and lots of videos that are just refuting some of the lies that Tommi Lahren spews when she gets on The Blaze. But the most, I think, unsuspecting, out of left field critic was none other than Dear Fat People, Nicole Arbour. If you can get Nicole Arbour coming out against Tommi Lahren and really trying to explain the situation of black people, what black people are going through in America, talking about structural racism, really intelligently speaking about this issue, can you imagine if somebody like, the vegan Cheetah decided to use his platform instead of bashing vegans, to actually use that platform to help people who were, his subscribers, his viewers, to understand some of the complex issues that surround, the abusive animals, that surround racism, that surround sexism, and all of the other forms of oppression that are existing currently in the United States and around the world. It would be like mind-blowing. It would be like, I think I could stop. I think I could just stop at that point. So while I was on Nicole Arbour's YouTube channel site where she has her video, Dear Tommi Lahren, I was looking through the comments section just to see what people were saying because, I don't know who goes to Nicole Arbour's. So one of the things that I noted is that someone was quoting an article, and I believe the article, I will tell you, I'll leave links to the article, but the author of the article was someone named McDonald, who includes a number of statistics that are apparently supposed to be surprising when it comes to the relationships between black people and the police, specifically when it comes to people being killed by the police. And a shocking statistic that jumped out in terms of this comment was that it is 18 times more likely that a police officer will be killed by a black person than the other way around. So that it is more likely that, 18 times more likely that a police officer is going to be killed by a black person than a black person being killed by the police. Shocking news. The first thing that I noticed about the statistic is, well, are there 18 times more black people than there are police officers? And so I did a little counting and I found out that there are about 800,000 enlisted officers in the United States. There are about 38 million black people in the United States. Now, according to The Garden, who has something called the Counted Project, where they have been keeping tabs on the number of people killed by the police in the US, there have been approximately 240 African Americans killed by the police so far in 2016. When we talk about that 240 people, let's keep in mind that that is 240 individuals' lives with families, with aspirations that were cut off far too soon. Regardless of the guilt of any of those individuals who were killed by the police, they still had families and support systems and communities around them who are devastated by their loss. To reflect McDonald's likelihood, that 240 would have to be multiplied by 18 to represent somewhere around 4,300 police officers being shot in a single year. The average number of officers killed in a single year, about 40. Now, that number is a relief because I would hate to think that 4,300 police officers were being killed every year by anyone. Hopefully, to completely end this conversation, we talked about that 40 police officers, 40 lives, 40 loved ones of families and communities that will be missed. Of that 40 police officers killed every year, 71% of them are killed by a person who identifies as white. So that's it for this video. Like it if you like it. Share, comment, subscribe. This is Reg signing off. Love yourself. Peace.
And I love myself. The world is a ghetto with big guns and dick inside. I love myself. But it can